Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Soss number MDHCUS26 HS. This is a magnetic door holder it's a magnetic door holder and stop. This is in the HS series, which is high strength, and we'll go over that in a moment, in a US 26 finish, and that's a polished chrome. This is what the packaging looks like, and the C in the part number means carded. It means that it's packaged on a piece of cardboard. So MDH, magnetic door holder, C is cardboard, US 26 is the finish, and HS is high strength. Let's go over it. I have one removed from the packaging, and this is what it looks like. You have your, typically, what is your floor portion? Typically, what is your door portion here? And one nice thing immediately obvious about the Soss MDH is that you can approach either or from odd angles. You can apply this to the wall, you can apply it to the floor, you can apply it to the door. You're probably not going to apply this to anything but the wall or the door, but most commonly the door itself. What's nice about this is you can have this sort of approach. You can obviously have this sort of approach. You can have an approach by which the door will come and make an odd angle with it, whatever the case is. That's what's nice about this. Now, and that is part and parcel of it being a Soss MDH, or magnetic door holder. The ability to have it work in whatever degree that you are contending with. This is the high strength version, which means that it has a holding power of 12.5 pounds. Now what that means is that, and it's not that it's substantial, but it's noticeably not insignificant. It's noticeably not insignificant. Why you would want the HS, you might have a door closer installed, and this will probably keep most doors open. Not all, but it will probably keep most doors open. If you have a closer that's handicap compliant, that has a reduced opening force of 7.5 pounds, or whatever it is, this will certainly do the job, provided it's installed properly, meaning you've got to have full contact. You can't have it installed, at an odd angle where it's not, taking advantage of, the power of the magnet that's here. So another application of where you're going to use this more typically is where you have a windy condition. You want to be able to close the door and not have it really move at all with some sort of environmental variable that you might be contending with. Typical and common, you might have a door that you want to hold open, but when it gets gusty and a little windy, you don't want it to slam closed. The Soss MDH HS is a good option for that. Sturdy, practical, easy to install, and with its ability to be able to be installed in a variety of applications, makes it quite versatile, attractive. This would be very easily passed off in a residential application because it's dimensionally not really that different than anything else. You might have a problem door where you need to be able to keep it open. Let's say garage, attached garage door, and you're coming in with the groceries and you've got spring hinges on the door and you really don't want it to close and latch behind you. Door comes. You've got to have a door stop anyway in that sort of application, and why not let it hold open? Now, the reason that it works in that scenario is generally that door, you won't push it all the way to the point where it holds open, and the stop is just there to keep the handle from smashing into the wall. This is not only a holder, but it's a stop. Now, if you watch the disc, I've got it connected, and then I emulate the door being pushed too far. It's spring-loaded behind here. So that's your stop. Take a little bit of abuse, but stop the door. So garage situation, you purposefully push it open to 90, make contact, your door is held open. Should you unintentionally hit the unit, it's got a stop feature on it as well. That will allow you to easily pull it off the stop when it becomes time for you to pull the door closed, is the bottom line. So there is a... well, before we get to the link to the installation instructions, let's go over the dimensional properties. And by the way, this is available in several finishes: white, black, gold, nickel, what's probably a dark bronze color, Of course, polished chrome it's available in. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Overall projection, overall 3-inch. Diameter of the base, about 1.75 inches. The door portion, generally the door portion, 1 1/8, 1 3/16 base diameter. Overall projection, about 13/16. Installation is quite simple. That little sticker is on there, but you're just going to spin that off. You're going to need a tool to get in there apparently. Just need a little bit longer fingernails. There we go. Careful, because that's spring-loaded inside of there. Okay, there's the disc, there's the spring, and then of course the outside is a separate piece as well. So you're going to get that installed onto whatever you're going to install it onto, and then take this unit and simply thread it right over that threaded base. Okay. Got it. Now, the rest of the portion, what you're dealing with there is going to be, you have this concealed plate, and that concealed plate is held on with this tiny little hex cap screw, and you're going to unthread that. You might need a wrench to get it started to be unthreaded. So you've got this hex cap screw which you'll remove, then you've got your plate, and you can attach that down to whatever you're going to attach it down to. And you're going to get screws for all these things and even some plastic anchors. But this doodad right here is a masonry anchor, which you can thread into the base directly and tighten this down with this expanding. It's a hex head sleeve anchor is what that is. That's the proper name for this anchor, a hex head sleeve anchor. And you can attach it that way as well. So the link below this video to the installation instructions is basically just the backside of the packaging that you're going to get when the item arrives to you. And what you're looking at there, choose the preferred method of mounting for the door holder. Line up the fittings with both door and anchor point. Do this with the door fitting and anchor fitting joined by the magnet, and mark the location with a pencil. Do a reality check basically to make sure everything's going to look right, and then mark that mark those locations. Using the supplied screws or other anchoring devices appropriate for your application, secure the anchor fitting and the door fitting to their marked position. Door fitting, anchor fitting if you're using this. On occasion, when mounting to the floor, you may find that the mount doesn't align with the door fitting. It may be necessary to rotate the mounting bracket and refasten to the wall or to the floor. You know, not completely unheard of that you might need to tweak that. Mounting in concrete, drill that 5/16 of an inch diameter hole, 1 5/8 deep. Tighten the washer and nut into the hole. Tighten that hex head down. Then what's left over, you're going to thread right into the base of here. Yeah, it's hard to see, but there are definitely threads down in there. Okay. You will need a 1/2 to 3/4 inch of threaded stud above the floor. Thread the door stop onto the stud. It may be necessary to tweak that a little bit as well. There is, and that's a link to the installation instructions. They are just literally the packaging on the back. The link to the cut sheet, that's handy. It gives you all the important dimensional properties. Will give you certainly a tip in terms of where to locate stuff based on standard installations, etc. If it's floor for this portion and then door for this, you can see where they're coming up with the center line dimension, 2.3 inch, basically 2 5/16. But you want to reality check all of that before you drill any holes. The name Soss is certainly in my industry synonymous with the magnetic door holder. Those names go one and the same. But really what they're known for is their invisible hinges. There's a link below this video to the product catalog where you will be able to review all of the Soss invisible hinges. And I like the hinge a lot. And I like it a lot because it's elegant. The Soss hinge is concealed. The Soss hinge is available in a variety of different sizes for different capacities, different thicknesses of material, different weight ratings. and is available in forms by which you can accomplish a variety of application. If you have a need for a stainless steel version, they've got that. If you need a fire-rated version, they've got that. You need it to be self-closing, they've got that. I like Soss a lot because the hinges, the Soss hinge, is capable of handling a significant amount of weight. So if you have a heavier than standard door and want an elegant look, think of Soss, absolutely. It does not necessarily complicate hardware, but it can be a condition by which, if you're using Soss hinges, you need to be aware of how it may impact your other hardware. Here's an example. You have Soss hinges and an overhead stop. Well, the Soss hinge, that has a floating vertical axis of pivot. It's not a fixed vertical axis of pivot like a hinge is. So you'll need to consider its impact on other pieces of hardware prior to just ordering up a bunch of hardware. But in my opinion, certain jobs really call for it, and it's quite elegant when you'd see it installed in a residential application where you've got 5, 10, 20, 30 doors, and all the hinges are nice and concealed. Link below this video to the manufacturer's page will allow you to pull up that product catalog and also pull up a link to the Soss website where you can get into other things that they do, and there's even some links to videos that they have on their site. If you have any questions on the Soss MDHCUS26 HS high strength door holder and a polished chrome finish, or any other Soss product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.